gonna tell you exactly what's happening. They know that this truth is coming out and they can't do anything about it. So what they're trying to do is control it and keep the separation between the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. That's exactly what they're doing. But it's not working. I mean, I haven't seen the Black Panther yet, but they turned around and made Prince Namor, who was one of my favorite Marvel characters when I was a shorty. Namor is the Issacharite. Did you know that? I didn't know that. They as a matter of fact, the whole city of, that's where they saying the Aztecs went. Atlantis. Wow. So that's the whole twist on the movie now. I haven't even seen the movie, I just read that. All right, and Namor, Prince Namor, he's an Issacharite king. Go ahead, brother.
In the series Loki, it's a character called the One Above All. Like he'll take, you know. He at the end of the timeline. Everything gotta go through him. He'll take, man.
And it's called the One Above All.
The One Above All.
Damn. Now those are type of names that a lot of the tribes were calling themselves.
It's a He Who Remains.
Okay, even still,
yeah,
those were some of the names that some of the Northern Kingdom tribes were calling themselves in the 16, 17, 1800s, man. All right, they were referring to themselves as that when Columbus and all the conquerors came. It tells you that in the book Promised Lands, Lost Tribes and Promised Lands. All right, they had names like "Try us if you dare." You know, the Lord be for us and not for you. They had names like that in their own languages, though.
Right. His name, He Who Remains. All of the timeline got to go through him. He like that last boss, man. You know, like
there it is.
I mean, I was shot, man. He come at the end to destroy them toes, man. At that clay.
His second Ezra 6, 54. All right.
Alpha and Omega, man. He at the end too, man. You know?
But yeah, Montezumos, you know, he said that these people, they had writings that said that they came from the east, that they would be downtrodden, but in the end of days they would rule over all people. All right, and these were Taínos and Manasserites. These were Northern Kingdom tribes that knew that in the end of day, when the change, when the next eon came, when the new age came, that though these heathens are trotting us down and putting us on chains, you know, and shipping us to Europe and all over the world, because the first slave trade started with the Northern Kingdom. All right, the transatlantic slave trade. Right, they were dealing with the Northern Kingdom almost 100 years before they went and got Judah. All right, but he said that, look, after all this is over, hey, we gonna have our foot on your necks. Go ahead and bring it out, brother. Yeah.
Second Ezra 6 and 54.
Yeah.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures.
Hey, can we find it in another version? See if we got it in another version. I heard a brother reading another version.
Second Ezra 6 54.
Second Ezra 6 and 54. Well, go ahead, brother. Read.
Second Ezra 6 and 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Right. So among all the people, because you always hear these people, like I said, this controlled opposition. I just learned, I forget which brother told me, but you know that woman that's always telling on Esau, Jane Elliott. All right. Turns out, because her name's Elliott, so I know that's like Irish or something like that. But it turns out Jane Elliott is a small hatter. Wow. So at the end of the day, she's always, and we keep telling you there's a war between Amalek and Esau. Amalek is putting Esau on blast. If you haven't watched that, how many of you brothers have watched that You Are Amalek yet?
I got to.
Y'all going off. Yeah, start at part 2. All right, and then go back, watch 1 and then 3. Start at part 2. All right, because those rabbis are going in on the Edomites and Edomite Christians, solidifying, you know, what the spirit that told me years ago. There's a serious battle between Edomites via Amalek, being the first of all nations, and the rest of his people. Right? Those Amalekites hate Christians, man. Yeah. And now I understand why, you know, now, motherfuck them too. But I understand why those white supremacist groups have the hatred that they have for the Amalekites like they do, because they've known what I just learned all along. They understand. So those skinheads, the Nazis, and and those different right-wing extremist Christians, they understood that. But if you watch part 2, then it really gives you the breakdown, and you understand the hatred that the Jewish community, the rabbis anyway, have for Christianity. And yet dumbass white Christians, the ones that don't know any better, still support them. Because the two, Judaism and Christianity, do not go together. Right. All right? At all. When you speak about Judeo-Christianism, that's the Catholicism and Judaism. That's why the Pope wears a same hat, the yarmulke, that the Jewish people wear, because he bows down to them. All right, that's it. Outside of that, there's really no connection between Judaism and Christianity. Right? You have to understand that. All right, so there's a real hatred, that Egyptian against the Egyptian. Now Jake gonna get caught up in the middle of all this madness that's about to happen, but you best believe, man, these Edomites gonna be offing each other, man.
And why is that? Because Esau was blessed with the sword. So guess what? When these Edomites come clashing against each other, hey, it's gonna be bloody as all hell.
Yeah, matter of fact, let me tell you this one part. The one rabbi said, I forget which one. I had screenshot it, and I'm gonna watch it again and get all this stuff and download it into my evidence file. All right, but the one rabbi said that they will continue to bash all white men. That's what he said. The rabbi said that. He said they're great white men, especially those that are dead. All right, because guess who was behind that movement to take down all those statues all over the place? It wasn't Black Lives Matter. It wasn't the Indigenous Day pushers. It was Amalek. It was Amalek. He was behind that because it draws the division that he wants. All right. So he plays everybody against each other. All right. And he's declaring war on the rest of his own brothers at the same time. All right. Yeah. So that's why those. And then they start going into history about Hitler. I'm not going to say anything about it. They're cancel culture.